Grand RP is very different from vanilla GTA Online and how it plays, but also similar in certain ways, because ultimately, this is an economy-based RP server, and that means you're gonna feel like a total chump if you don't have any money. You won't be able to afford cool vehicles, you'll be running around looking like a total hobo with those starter clothes, and you won't be able to make any serious investments, plus you can't even own a house to live in. All of this sucks, but it doesn't have to be that way. And contrary to what many people will tell you, you absolutely can make it big in Grand RP without purchasing a single microtransaction. The way it works is pretty simple here. You start out with basic tasks and gradually accumulate wealth as well as levels so you can afford better investments like businesses, shops, and advanced jobs. But the trick here is knowing what to invest in and when, and that's something most beginners are clueless about, which is why in this guide here today, I'm going to give you some of the best ways to make millions of dollars in Grand RP, even though you might be starting from absolutely nothing. Before we begin though, I highly recommend signing up to Grand RP using my link in the description as well as my pinned comment, not because it helps me out personally, which it definitely does, but because you guys will also get a hefty chunk of in-game cash, as well as a few grand coins for free upon using this link. And if you join English server number 1, you can get a head start by joining my family, the Hazard Gang. This gives you access to the family house, so you won't be homeless anymore, and you'll even get to drive some of the family cars, which is way better than using that rusty old rat loader that the game gives you. Plus, you get to pick one of 3 luxury cars that will be yours to keep for a week. As a beginner, the very first thing you should do after creating your character and moving out of the hotel is your quest line. This series of missions is designed to familiarize you with the mechanics of Grand RP, but more importantly will also give you your first paycheck, which you can then use to buy essential supplies, and if you have a surplus, you can invest it into other money-making methods later on. You'll get a quest trail on a map which contains 5 tasks, and first you go to the electric substation near the power plant and fix a few transformers. This should be pretty easy. Next, you visit the post office to collect your sign-up reward. After that, you'll go to the driving school and get your driver's license. This one's important here because you can't drive a car without a license, and you'll also need to finish this quest so the game can give you the rat loader, which is a free vehicle. After securing your driver's license, you'll do a few other blue-collar jobs like planting seeds at the farm and collecting barrels of oil at the oil rig. Then you'll be asked to sell raw materials that you've collected to a buyer, and this will give you some more cash. Right now, this is nothing but pocket change to what you'll be making within a couple days, once you get the hang of various money-making tools in Grand RP, so definitely stick around because things are about to get really interesting. After you finish your beginner's quest line, it's time to make some quote-unquote real money, and one of the best ways to make lots of money in Grand RP early on, as well as late into your criminal career, is through daily investments. Investments can be accessed from a phone app, and these come in 2 varieties. You've got daytime investments and long-term investments. I recommend daytime investments at this stage, since you're new and you probably don't have much cash. The way daytime investments work is they ask you to play for a minimum amount of time, and once you lock in your investment, as long as you play for that time period, you'll get rewarded at the end. There's no need to deposit any money up front. So for example, you can make $10,000 per hour with investment option 1 or $40,000 with investment option 3, which requires you to play for 3 hours before logging off. The downside to daytime investments is that unless you play for the amount of time that you selected, you will not get your money. So if you log off halfway, you lose out on your entire investment. This isn't an issue with long-term investments where you do have to deposit some money up front, but once the investment matures, you get back your initial money that you spent with a nice little bit of interest on top. So ultimately, the choice between daytime versus long-term investments depends on how much money you have and the time you're willing to put into the game. Next, we've got daily challenges, and these function similarly to the daily challenges in Red Dead Online or even GTA Online. Grand RP gives you a set of 3 tasks that you must finish daily, and if you do all 3 within that day, you'll get a prize container which you can either open for yourself or sell to other players for money. In addition to daily challenges, Grand RP also has achievements which you just get by playing the game, so things like getting a new haircut, putting tattoos on your character, or even buying a drink at the bar will get you new achievements, and the more you progress through your achievements, the more money you get to make. As you can see, Grand RP is literally handing out money just for playing the game, but it gets even better because you also have something called daily login rewards, and these are activated whenever you log in for multiple days in a row. So for example, there's a cash reward for 2 consecutive daily logins, another if you log in daily for a week straight, another for logging in 20 days in a row, and so on. After a couple of months of daily logins, you can even get yourself a free car and other exclusive prizes like clothes and backpacks, which increase your inventory space. Now let's talk about office tasks. These are also an excellent way to make money, especially when you're a low-level player, as you don't need to purchase a business or invest any money to do these. And if you do it properly, you can make $1 million in one day with office tasks alone. And no, I'm not joking here. You can ask any Grand RP veteran and they'll tell you the same thing. First, you have to visit the stock exchange, which has a blue A icon, and it's right in the middle of Los Santos over here. Then you walk up to the NPC at the front desk and select, I want to know more about the offices. If this doesn't make any sense, trust me, it will once you click on the option that says state offices. Here, you'll find a bunch of contracts listed by real players on the server, and these usually involve extremely easy tasks like go here and pick up some scrap metal or repair 2 cars. There will be multiple tasks within each contract, and once you do all of these, you'll get the full payout for that contract. But the true potential of office jobs is revealed once you purchase your very own office building. A level 1 office costs $5 million, but this isn't very useful as you can't contract other people to do jobs for you, which is where that real money-making potential of the business lies. Instead, what you want is a level 3 office, which will cost an insane $50 million to set up, but once you have it, you'll make that money back within a couple months, really easily. Like I said earlier, you'll make at least $1 million a day, and it's entirely passive because other players on the server are doing the work and contracts for you. While you're out doing quests from your office contracts, you'll notice that your inventory is gradually filling up with random items like copper wire, batteries, seeds, premium fuel, and other raw materials. These can actually be sold at the beach market, and all you have to do is rent the shop for $500 per hour and list your items that you want to sell. And because Grand RP functions on a free market economy where prices are entirely decided by demand and supply, what you can do is stock up on crates and outfits that are about to go down in supply, because a lot of these items are seasonal drops, and then once the next season arrives, their value is going to skyrocket due to increased demand, so you can make a decent profit by selling them back. The next way to make money is stealing cars, and this is going to be our first criminal activity. Unlike everything else in this video so far, all of those were completely legal, but now we're stepping into some shady territory here with vehicle robberies. The downside is that you might get caught by the police and be forced to pay a fine or even spend time in jail. The upside, you can make hundreds of thousands of dollars in just 20 minutes or less. To be a car thief, you need the car thief skill, which can be purchased for $1.5 million. This is a significant investment, but you should have more than enough money after grinding for a few days if you followed all the tips in this video thus far. Once you have the car thief skill, go ahead and steal a few cars to get it up to level 3, which is when you start making the maximum amount of money per vehicle. You also need a level 3 vehicle scanner from the illegal market, which costs $50,000, and what this does is find the location of a car that you can steal. Alternatively, you can also craft a level 4 scanner, which is the best kind of scanner, by combining a level 1, level 2, and level 3 scanner with a virus USB stick and tracking sensor. Finally, you'll need a lockpick, which is used to bypass the vehicle security and break in so you can then drive away with your prize. Requests to steal cars can be found through the criminal network, and you must be a gang member or part of an unofficial family to start these. And there you have it, guys. Those are some of my favorite ways to make money in Grand RP. So if you're tired of driving taxis and delivering packages to people, you can try out some of these methods to make lots of money in a really short amount of time. As honorable mentions here, I'd like to include the license plate business and solar panel installation, because these will also give you tons of money at every stage in the game. Don't forget to drop a like on this video if you found it informative. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Check me out over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically twitch.tv/hazardousHGTV for GTA and Grand RP live streams. And as always, I will see you guys in the next GTA 5 online video. Adios, amigos.